So just wrapped up a 2.9-mile run. Way to go to get this Monday started strong. Happy December 15th and day 15 of Vlogmas.
Hey, good morning. So it's pretty early, 7:30 a.m. and I have a lash appointment. I'm gonna get a refill on my lashes with my friend Cassie and catch up with her. So I'll catch up with you all later. Okay, so just getting home after getting my lashes done, and Cassie did an amazing job as usual. I'm full and lashes are all good. And so about to get started on my work day. Got lots of meetings and lots of things to do. So I'll catch up with you a little later. Hey there, it's Jessica, and wanted to share an update on how things are going today, Monday, December 15th. And got up this morning, shared a little bit about, I got my eyelashes refilled. I go usually every 2 or 3 weeks. So feeling more like myself, they're nice and full again. Worked out this morning. I did a treadmill run and I did an interval run on the Peloton. Kirsten Ferguson, she's my favorite instructor on the treadmill. So, you know, plays really good, like hip hop music, really gets me motivated. So did a bunch of intervals. Some of them were on an incline, got the speed going pretty fast. So yeah, it was like, I did 2.9 miles in 30 minutes with doing that run. So that was good. You're probably realizing she works out a lot, and I do pretty much work out almost every day. I try to change it up between Pilates, doing a couple runs, maybe a Peloton ride, a little bit of kettlebells, but mostly a lot of Pilates. And I do feel like for me, working out and having that in routine most days, like really does keep me motivated. When I travel, whether it's like business travel or for personal, that is when I take more time off. Like I do say I go for like a 4 or 5 day trip. I may work out like 2 days, but I do allow myself to kind of take the rest. Well, and then also I tend to like get a lot more steps in when I'm on vacation since I'm not working all day, but working out has just always been a huge part of my life. Way back when, like over 10 years ago, I used to be like really big into running, like marathon running. I've completed 7 marathons. Before COVID and during COVID, I was really big about riding the Peloton every day. I even had like an over a year streak, the Peloton bike. So I get pretty into and obsessed with things, whether it's working out, knitting. When I'm into something, I'm really into it. And right now I am really into Pilates. I want to say I started Pilates in 2024, in April, end of April of 2024. And I have, almost 448 classes or something like that. So pretty steady. I probably average like 5 or 6 classes a week. So I think I've had some curiosity about my workout schedule since I'm always like, started out with this workout. Okay, so I'll give you an update on my advents. I maybe got like 1 row of knitting done over lunch, but didn't get much done on my sweater. I'll share an update with you tonight on how that's looking, but I did make more of a decision on what I'm going to do with the bottom of the sweater. So where we left off last night, oh yeah, 1 row. There's a stitch marker from last night's try-on. And I did decide I am going to take the contrasting yarn and maybe in another 2 or 3 rows, I am going to switch to the contrasting yarn on the smaller needles and do a couple rows of each of the colors just to, well, honestly, to use up some more of this yarn. I have quite a bit of it left, so I'd like to be able to use it and showcase it a little bit more, and just to add a little bit more to the sweater. So I'll do a little contrast yarn for the hem on the bottom of the bottom hem of the body, and then may do just a couple rows of it on the neckline. I like the neckline, so I don't want to lose its shape, and then I make the sleeves, I'm thinking to about here, we'll see, and then I'll do a couple rows out of the contrasting yarn. So that is my update on my sweater, and yeah, I'll share a little bit more tonight after I do some rows and try that on. So let me tell you a little bit about my advent. So I have not picked up, just a really busy work day. It was a work from home day, but I haven't picked up the next color, but I'll show you the next color. Let me go ahead and pull. this next color is going to be, let me see if you can see that there, almost like a lighter purple. So it was in this like plummy purple. I don't know if I'm going to get to it today. I hate to get behind in my advent because once I get behind, I get like behind. But I was doing some research last night on the shadow wrap heel. So I am going to do the shadow wrap heel and get these heels going. So then I can just rock and roll and kind of finish from the cuff up. Sorry for the background noise with the dogs. But I'll give you an update too. So that's the first advent. My mom is here. So my mom's an on-the-road truck driver and she got a load coming through Dallas. So she got here this morning. She just drove all night. So she's napping a little bit, but my dogs are absolutely obsessed when grandma comes over and they get to spend some time with her. So I like to have her just sit outside and enjoy the day. So, you know, sometimes they come in and out and just bark but they're so happy. Like, she is their person. They're so happy when my mom is here. Well, I am, all of us are. So, you know, I'm so blessed that she gets to stop over and visit. So, so my plans for tonight, I'll probably have some dinner with her. We can just relax together. I'll do some knitting and we'll just catch up since she was sleeping a little bit while I was working and hanging out with the dog. So it'll be good to get some good quality time with mom tonight. And okay, so next I'll move on to my other advents. So today, with it being the 15th, I'll open up next the Molly Klein Designs yarn, so you can see that. And so this is a pretty, this looks like that color of the year, what is it, cloud white or something like that. Yeah, this is just a very simple white, and so, yeah, it'll be a good contrast color, or like, it'll be a good color to go with some of these like beachy theme colors. So very nice. Let me add that back to my box. And then we've got the Lindt chocolate and the 15th. Oh, 2 more of these milk chocolate balls. These are really good. I ate my other ones this morning. And then last but not least is the 12 days of beauty advent calendar, and I am on day 3. Okay, for the 12 days of Christmas. This is the Trader Joe's beauty advent, and I love their beauty products. So, okay, this is I hadn't seen this before, an illuminating daily facial sunscreen, SPF of 40, and it has like a tinted shimmery glow. Let me just tell you a little bit about, I think one day I showed you like my morning when I work from home, like routine, but I love like a little bit of a tinted moisturizer and anything with like a little bit of glow. This has an SPF of 40. So yeah, this is something I will definitely use. I'm going to add it right away to my little makeup area and just kind of mix it up. I like to mix products even, so maybe use a little bit of the I could see this mixing well. Let me just open it and kind of see what the color looks like, just because it's tinted. It may not be mine. So I may just have to like mix it with one of the products that I have, but let's see here. Okay, this is a really good color. I feel like it can go with a lot of skin tone. So yeah, kind of mixing that in. It doesn't have a terrible smell either. So that mixed in really good. So just a very light tint. And so yeah, I'll probably put this on tomorrow so you all can see it, but I'm so glad this came because I didn't know that Trader Joe's even had this. So I'll be excited to use that. So just a reminder, like day 1 was this Bath Fizz. Day 2 is this Rainbow Sherbet, or do you say sherbet or sorbet? Sorbet. I say sherbet. Okay. And moisturizing lip balm, and then this tinted daily facial moisturizer. I really like this kit. I'm so glad I got it. Okay, so that's an update on the advents. I'll work a little bit on catching up, or just doing a little bit more on my sweater tonight, because that'll be easy to do. And while I kind of hang out with mom, I'll just be able to get a few more rows done on that. And no other set plans. I probably just do something really simple for dinner because I just want to get some quality time with my mom. So that's kind of the plan before I have to take her back to work. But yeah, that's my day. I'll let you know how the rest of it goes. So thanks for joining me.
một thịt sour pan.
Hey there, so giving you an update a little bit later, about to get ready to head to bed in a minute, but I did want to share progress on how the sweater is going. So I did get a little bit of knitting done tonight. I did finish a few rows, just a few rows of the pink from where I left off yesterday. And then I did decide to add in a contrast color hem, and I started with the first color, this gorgeous green DK, and did start the ribbing of the hem. And so it comes like kind of right at below my belly button. And so I figured I'll do, maybe if this is about 5 rows so far with the green, I may do another 3 or 4 more rows. I'll kind of see what that looks like. And then I will switch and bring on the second contrast color of the red, and do about the same amount of rows with that before I bind off. But I think it's just going to add, you know, a little bit of contrast, and I just like how it is going to finish out. So I could tomorrow or Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not going to try to be over ambitious. I've got some other things that I want to work on and do tomorrow too. I don't just want to like knit all evening. So I'll try to at least get the red started in a good place so I can finish that up on Wednesday. But loving it so far. I love the contrast. I really cannot wait to see how it blocks out, because, you know, by the time I like kind of pull it down and once I wash it and block it, it will just, the stitches are going to lay out so much better. Something else I noticed, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this pink looks like almost a little bit of a different color. But when I had that like mishap and the mistake, and I had to do the ripping out, and I think the yarn got kind of dirty. So it'll be interesting to see how it kind of like blocks out and cleans itself up. But loving it so far. So I'll also share an update on the rest of the evening. So since we last chatted, I got to hang out with my mom this evening, so it was good to see her, catch up with her a little bit. I made us some dinner, made some spaghetti and meatballs that came out really, really good. And what else did we do? Yeah, just hung out for a little while. She needed to get a couple supplies for some things, to fix a couple things. She's got some jeans she needed to fix, so I got some buttons and stuff. So I went to Hobby Lobby and got her a few items, and then took her back to her truck. So it was nice just to be able to get to hang out with Mom tonight. And then what else? Came home, watched a few YouTube videos. It's fun seeing other Vlogmases and getting to see how others kind of celebrate the holiday time, get prepared and get ready. So that was kind of neat. I just love catching up on some Vlogmases and all of that. So, well, thanks for joining me today, and can't wait to catch up with you tomorrow. And so see you then.